Hi, and welcome to Uncle Jeff's Minecraft Adventure. I'm going to show you the Minecraft stuff that me and my friend built over the last 5 months or so. So here we go. I started right here, kind of out in the wilderness, just like everybody else. And of course, the first thing I needed to do is find a place to shack up at night so the monsters can't get me. Because, at first, it's pretty easy to die. So, I came over here to the water. This looked like a good spot. And you can see over there I built a little shack. Now at first it was just kind of dug into the hill made out of dirt. But eventually I built up the walls with stone and made it more permanent. The compass always points me back to here when I travel. So whenever I get back from a long journey I have a nice little standard shack just to rest in as soon as I get back. So if you go out the back door, you come out into this little cave system that I found right behind my shack. And I sealed it off and had a villager living in here for a while. And I built this little entrance to our rail system, which is pretty extensive, so that we could ship my villager that I found up here and to an entirely different location. Connects to a couple other parts of the track. Not real important right now, but there it is. So then you can go down the stairs over here and we'll come out on the main mine track. There's another little room over here. This is where the villager was living first, actually. So this right there, this little dip, is a stop on the mine rails, and I push this button and it activates the powered rails and sends me shooting on my way. I learned how to make these little stops on the internet just so that if I wanted to stop anywhere along this fully powered rail track, I could. And if I don't want to stop, I just hit the button and keep going. That was a little cave right there on the side. So, first of all, we're here at this outpost of ours. And this was one of the first things we developed. There's a little bed here. I tend to put beds everywhere so that I can always sleep the night away if I'm by myself. It comes out, a little bridge over the ravine next to us, and more forest, and you can see our main castle, the huge tower, way in the distance. That's where we ended up building our main site at after I got more experience, more materials and stuff like that. Even our little outposts we tend to make little towers for, just so you can see for a while, and because we like building towers. Again, there in the distance you can see the main castle. You can see it a little better now. If I kind of shift around here, you can see it off the side a little better. Looks like that main tower is made of lava, and that's because it is. That way you can see it from way far away, even at night. And we just like giant towers of lava. So, I'm going to go back down into the outpost here and down the steps. And I'm going to go down this time. And I got really lucky because I picked a spot to dig downwards. And you never know when you're going to run into a pocket of lava, but I didn't. And I kept digging and digging until I got all the way down to the bedrock at the bottom. And I did this because this is a place we decided we're going to set up an organized mine. You can kind of always get your materials from caves or from, mines you find running around or things like that. But we found this on the internet too, a nice way to create an organized way to gather your materials. It's at the depth that I know has diamonds very often. So I just scoop out these main chambers and make a side tunnel every 3 blocks or so, and I just dig it until I hit the end. And until I hit lava, rather, I should say. That is the end. Then I turn around. So I've gotten lots and lots of diamonds out of this mine, and I have chests to store them. See that there's a glowing green and black chest there too. That's a ender chest. Ender chests are nice. No matter how many of them you have, they always have the same inventory in them. So if I find something here in the diamond mine, rather than carrying it all the way back to base, I can just put it in my ender chest there. Then I open up the ender chest that I have back at the castle, and there's my stuff. Likewise, if I want to take supplies out from the castle to here, I just put it in the ender chest and I open it when I get here and pick it up. And that way I can't lose anything if I die, and I don't have to use my inventory slots. So that's the outpost. Let me reset the mine cart here into this little end station, and off we go. So again, this stop right here is just some caves. You find lots of caves and mines while you're digging these big, huge tunnels. It's good because you can find extra minerals in there. You can also sometimes in the mines find extra rails that aren't being used, which if you're going to make giant long rail systems like this, really helps you save on materials. Just pick up as many as you can. So we're going to go along here, and this railway is taking us over to the main castle. We found that using railways like this with the powered rails is a much faster way to get around this giant world that we picked to build in. So we use them wherever possible, and it saves us from going over land, and you also can't get lost. Past a little mine there that we found, and we're back. So what you're going to see here as you go into the next room is a minecart elevator, and it's got minecarts placed on fence posts at different levels. And you just jump from minecart to minecart, and it takes you up very quickly. As you can see, I'm almost at ground level. I just need to go one more. There, and boom, I went from bedrock to ground level in like no time. So this is the outskirts of our castle, and on the outskirts I built another little shack, another little bed, and I built my Minecraft elevator up in the sky too. You can take the sky bridge there across into the main castle if you want. That was the first way I built across to this area. Eventually I built a lower bridge on the ground too. So here's our livestock pens. Got some cows over here. Good to farm leather and beef. And we got my chickens. And there's an egg in there, so I'm going to go get it. Gotta make sure and close the gate. Don't want the chickens to escape. And there we go. I'll use that for making a cake later. And just one egg, so I'll leave. Close the gate. And okay, some piggy pig pigs over here. Yum, pork chops. That's about all they're good for. And sheep. No lamb chops in the PlayStation version yet, but they are good for wool. I like to make banners for the castle, so I use a lot of wool for those, so it's good to have sheep on the farm. It's a better view of the castle from the outside. Start to see some of the towers and stuff. I'm going to take you up to the top of the minecart elevator here. And there we go. You can see I'm decently high up in the air. Over here, there's this hole. That's a secondary shaft. This is how you get down without having to use a ladder, although I did put one in case you want to. Make sure you have at least 2 water deep at the bottom if you're going to try this. 3 is better, but at least 2, otherwise you'll splatter the bottom when you fall. So that's that, and now I'll go all the way back up. There, you can see how fast that was when it works right. Now I'm back at the top again. It's kind of neat. I like that, traveling that way. So there's the livestock again. I'm going to keep referring to the livestock pens so you can see the scale of things. And now we'll head for the castle. Across the sky bridge. And there's a stop here. We're going to keep going. We put lots and lots of paths and workbenches and treasure chests all over the place in this castle just so we can have lots of ways to get to stuff. And now we're underneath the main castle itself. So before we go up into the main structure, I'm going to take you around out another side railway. This is just a personal railway station of mine. It's underneath my main castle. I made a side rail down here, and we're going to go ahead and take it out. And this takes us out to a different side of the castle. And over here, I built another shack. Surprise. See a pattern here. I like the shacks. They're useful. And yet another mine. And again, lucky enough to get a shaft all the way down to the bedrock without hitting any lava. I was really, really lucky. Very cool. This is under the Extreme Hills biome, and what that means is this mine is good for getting emeralds. Emeralds are good for trading with villagers. Villagers give you enchanted items and tools and food and all kinds of stuff. Chests and ender chests. Same kind of structure, big chamber, little tunnels. This one has an added feature to it. This mine has a slime farm off to the side. Whoop, there's one now, a big one. So, slimes only appear in certain chunks in Minecraft, And using an internet slime finder program, I found a good chunk of blocks for slimes to appear. And I hollowed out rooms, going the whole length and width of the chunk. So in these rooms are almost always guaranteed to be a few slimes. That way I can pick up slime balls, which are good for making sticky pistons, which help in making secret doors and stuff. Made it a couple levels tall. Usually they only spawn on one floor at a time, but you never know which floor. I can go over into the mine and just wait around for a few minutes and come back and there'll be more slimes over here. So this way I don't have to try and run into slimes randomly in swamps or in caves. I know they're going to spawn right here. I'm all about finding useful ways to get good resources. That makes gathering for all these big building projects way quicker. You know, a little snack. A little pick-me-up. Alright, so that's this outpost. Just another mine. Emerald mine to go with our diamond mine. We only have the 2 main mines. We get all the rest of our resources from the tunnels. Get a lot of that stuff just digging these big tunnels. And also from the mines and caves we find on the side of the tunnels. We've also located several caves in the area. And as you know, if you play this game, they tend to be all over the place. So we're at no shortage of ways to find stuff to build with or play with. So if I go out here, there's some stuff out here I want to show you, but first I'm going to make it daytime so I don't get attacked. So I'm going to sleep in my bed, except there's monsters outside, so no I'm not. I'm going to go kill them real quick. And let's see what's going on. Spider, and is that a creeper? Oh! Darn it. Yeah, I'm going to have to put a door back in there. I'm just going to go ahead and rest in this bed here and fix the door, and then we'll continue in our next video.